Hey, what's going on, guys? 118 Set Shadowe here. We've got a lot of interesting moves today, in addition to some that I know a few of you who have been watching my videos, you've pointed out a few different items that I haven't covered up to this point, so I will be covering a few of those today as well as some massive buyouts that I've been seeing on a few cards recently. Let's go ahead and get started, though. The first item to cover today is going to be which I've been touting this every so often as an anti-fabled sort of support card, although it's more of a tech that you might see on occasion from certain players. It won't be played too heavily in most decks, but regardless, it's still holding on its Evo version around $2.50 to $3, while the gold version right now the base version of this card is still pretty cheap with a good amount of listings as well. 31 listings on the regular version. The evolved version has 26 listings. So it's still readily available, but just as golds go, evolved versions are significantly more expensive than their regulars when it comes to what tend to be the better ones. Dshift is in an interesting position where it's got a lot of listings available for its regular gold right now at a market price of 43 cents and a base of 21. Interestingly enough, there are 4 copies left on the premium version, and for the last several market watches I had been talking about this one suddenly rising up in value. Well, I guess the subtleness is kind of starting to disappear here, and we've only got 2 listings lightly played under $10 right now, while the other listings are now $20 plus. This card has been selling for $5 all the way up to $12.50 recently, and you can see overall though it had quite a drop off. But even if I say that, that's only about $1 drop off within the month, and now it's spiking its way back up. Again, Dshift is likely to see itself work its way back into the format at some point in bigger play. So, as I've said before, definitely continue to keep your eye on this one. I mean, the regular one is still cheap enough if you don't really care for the premium. Nature's Guidance. This one is a little bit short on its regular silver rare, where it's got 19 listings overall, which for a silver is a decent amount in quantity, but overall still starting to get on the slim side. It's 86 cents to start off with and $1.05 market price right now, and there is a promo version that you can pick up through tournament packs, but it's only got 4 listings starting at $5.95 right now, which is higher than its current market price of $4.60. This is a pretty staple tech in almost every Forestcraft deck right now, so the prices, I would say, are pretty justified at this point. Now this one is starting to move. Trail of Light's promo version, which you got from Shadowverse Showdown last, the November-December timeframe? Or I think it was October-December timeframe. In any case, you can see the lowest price shown here is 75 cents, but the market price is $1.04. But the other thing to note, take a look at those last 2 listings that sold. Someone or a few people are trying to buy this card out pretty heavily right now. There was a sell for 17 copies at 75 cents earlier, and now we've got 24 and 32 copies in addition selling for 75 cents and $1.03. And if you take a look at where the most quantities are right now, they're starting at $2.43. So be careful. Trail of Light is now moving its way upward for its foil version. It has playability today, but with future support, there are times where this card is going to see more play overall, especially once we start getting into Naturia play, or Natura. I can't remember what the original Shadowverse called it, my mistake. To that same point, I was also curious where the Carrot Shadowverse promo is right now. Starting at $2 with 9 listings in comparison to Trail of Light. And this one is also seeing quantities get bought out, but not nearly to the level as what we saw for Trail of Light. Players are picking up 6 to even 8 copies of this card for up to $3 at this point, and there are a good amount of quantities at $2 right now. We are still in the Shadowverse showdown for the month of March that gives out this promo, but if it's starting at $3 right now and we're 2 months in, it's really just going to be a matter of Uma Musume just kind of falling out to see this potentially go back down. This one I wasn't expecting at all. Archangel Rena, the promo version of this card that comes out of Reign of Bahamut. Or actually, no, this isn't even the promo version. This is the regular Evo Gold out of Reign of Bahamut. And right now, it's bought out to the point of $10 all the way to somebody is trying to sell this thing for $92. That is insane. But you can see that the market price was originally around 40 cents. Players have bought this recently for $10, which I'm interested to see what exactly players are trying to play this in, because I know it's been a tech in some decks here and there, but not a consistent one to my knowledge. Humpty Dumpty, which is one of the bigger cards of the Fable format right now. Given that it's a silver, it's not too expensive to pick up, unless you want the promo version from the tournament series is for just playing set 3. That promo version is currently $3.19 base with a market price of almost $8, and the regular and Evo versions are currently around 30 cents, 40 cents each to pick up, which for a silver is okay in value. But this probably will last through Fable. As for Beyond Fable, I'm not too sure how well it's going to hold up. Alice Wonderland Explorer is tapering off a little bit from the massive highs that we saw before. We now have listings as low as $31 on the base legendary, where its market price is currently $35, and it's $22.56 right now for the base on the Evo, which is $23.52 market price. The super legendaries are still significantly higher on the base form, but only marginally higher on the Evo, and that's also, of course, because you have the ultimate rare, which is of the Evo as well. It's still over $50 to pick up the base Alice, and if you want the ultimate rare of the Evo, it's still $140 to pick up right now. Leat Dragon, I haven't really covered this one too much. Actually, I don't even think I've covered it at all. But looking at overall prices on this one, it's not too difficult to pick up for any of its bases. $3.50 is the base price for the base form. And if you want the Evo of it, it's only $1 right now, moving on upward from its market. Well, the market price is $1.81 at this point. And then they have the attack form as well, which is also easy to pick up at $1.80 and then $2.18 for the market price. The super legendaries are not too bad. $12 if you want to pick up the regular base form, which is a far cry from its market price of $26.45. And then you've got $5.50 on the super legendary, which I'm actually curious now with that drop off. Yeah, that is a near mint copy and 99-cent shipping. And if you take a look at overall copies of this super legendary, $13, which I guess works for being a cover card, but I don't think the Leviatine series is that popular. Nice Nature. This is a tech option for Abyss right now when it comes to hand control, which honestly, after playing it a little bit myself, I am a little bit surprised it did not see as much of a buyout as other ones have in Uma Musume. It's currently 95 cents base for the foil and $1.17 for the market price. The regular gold is only 9 cents and a market price of 22 cents, which is still typical of a gold. But yeah, for the premium to not have gone up as any higher than $1, I am still a little surprised about that now. Riko Kashimoto got a few cheaper listings recently, but it's still $10 base and still selling at $15 plus. So these are brand new listings at this rate. I would imagine they'll probably get eaten up pretty fast, because after that we go to $17 to $20 pretty quickly. So if you haven't picked up your Kashimotos yet, this would probably be the time to do so. It will still be a little while for this card to really drop in value just because of it becoming irrelevant eventually. Narita Top Road is still one of the bigger premiums to pick up from Uma Musume at $7.95 base and 9 listings. It's still being bought for up to $8 right now and has a number of listings that are starting to move up to $10. It is seeing, I would imagine it sees a little more play with Rune just for the ability to cycle into more cards and continue to discard for Spell Chain. Overall, I still think it can be relevant at this point. And our last card today is Rice Shower, which I've been pointing out how this one has been moving up slowly and running out of listings. Well, the Legendary and the Super Legendary are now very close in price. And that's about a $1-2 difference, with the Legendary being significantly lower in overall listings. Remember how I said this about Marazensky? I'd be careful, because Rice Shower is starting to look like it's going to see the same thing happen. $7 on the Legendary, $8.96 on the Super Legendary, and if you want the SP, it's $127 right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.